Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily if you don't know who I am, and I post relatable videos about scoliosis on TikTok, YouTube, and I post some photos on Instagram. So anyways, I have suffered with scoliosis for over 2 years. I could not walk, I could not sit, no position was comfortable. And after suffering with all this back pain and having to quit my favorite sport ever, which is volleyball, I finally discovered that I had scoliosis and spondylolisthesis. Because of this, I had to wear a scoliosis brace, which I have my Higgy Bear right here for moral support. But anyways, because of this, I've had to wear a brace for over 2 years. And when I tell you, it sucks. It honestly is really hard to wear your scoliosis brace. And especially the confidence, but we'll get to that in a second. So I just want to tell you guys real quick. Um, I am a part of my school's track team, which I'm so happy. After doing physical therapy for over 2 years, I'm finally able to join a sport again. It's not volleyball, since unfortunately volleyball is very competitive in my area. But the thing is, I am able to join track, so I'm really happy about that. And yes, my back does hurt from time to time, but I've worked super hard to make it really strong to the point where I have very minimal pain. And so this is just a side note. If you want to do something, you can achieve it with the right amount of effort. Because I never thought the day would come where I'd be able to run a lap around the track, let alone walk a mile, just walking at a leisurely pace without hurting my back. So I'm really happy to say this, guys, but yes, if you have a goal in mind, you can achieve it and you can get rid of the scoliosis and all that back pain as long as you put in the effort. So keep on wearing your scoliosis brace because it is so important. Anyways, along with all of this comes the lack of confidence. You're wearing the brace all day long and you really feel different from others. I know the struggle of feeling defined by your diagnosis, but I learned how to flip the narrative. So, I have some key tips for you today so that you can become confident with your scoliosis brace. Key tip number one: acceptance of the uncontrollable. So, for me, the foundation of confidence was realizing I cannot control my brace or my curve progression. It is something that is a part of my health journey and I physically can't change it. Think about it. If you broke your arm and had a cast, you wouldn't feel shame. You treat it as a temporary, necessary tool. And a scoliosis brace is the same exact thing. It's a medical tool which you have no control over, and you shouldn't feel shame for it because it is just something you have to do so that your body functions normally. So, the moment you stop seeing it as a flaw and start seeing it as a functional object is when the emotional weight lifts, which is definitely has been a big struggle for me. Once I started realizing that I couldn't do anything to change the brace, that is when the emotional weight started to lift. This acceptance leads directly to my personal slogan, Embrace the Scoliosis, which is also the name of my socials. But, anyways, it means accepting the brace, accepting the journey, and most importantly, accepting the strength it takes to wear it. That strength is your first confidence boost, guys. Tip number two: repetition and exposure. Let me tell you guys, I used to not be a confident person at all. Right now, I would say that I'm a pretty extroverted person. I can go up to people in school and talk to them. And my friends always say, "Oh my gosh, Emily, like, I'll leave you for 1 second to go to the bathroom." And then I come back and you're already talking to a whole new group of strangers. And yeah, it's true. I feel like I'm pretty extroverted. I'll talk to anyone. But that has not always been the case. In fact, I used to be the opposite. And when I was growing up, I used to be very shy, and because of this, it would literally like consume my life. I would not talk to anyone. I would be so afraid, and I would have so much anxiety inside of me that I could not physically talk to anyone. But in fifth grade, I decided to put this to the test. So at volleyball practices, I forced myself to go up to every single person and ask them for all of their social medias and contact info. So whether it was Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it was, I would ask them for it. And was it awkward sometimes? Yes, it was. But that built social resilience. And I desensitized myself to potential rejection, and that made me stronger. So I kind of want to carry this idea into your scoliosis brace wearing. Pick one thing this week that makes you slightly uncomfortable, whether it is wearing your brace or like showing someone your brace at school or speaking up in class or making eye contact. Do it once and then the next week do it twice. Because confidence is like a muscle. You have to train it through deliberate repetition, and that is how you become confident. Tip number three. Perception. So, another thing is that most people don't even notice your brace. We are our own toughest critics. When you think about it, we're the only ones judging ourselves as much as we do. We assume that everyone is staring at our brace or our curve, but they're usually focused on their own lives and their own path. So while you think that someone else is judging you so much for what you're doing or what you just said, in reality, they're probably thinking about themselves. My biggest realization came when I did a presentation in front of my whole class about scoliosis. And let me tell you, I lifted my shirt to show them the brace because, I was wearing it under. And mind you, I've been wearing it for the whole semester. And I did this presentation about like halfway through the semester. And the reaction was genuine surprise. They never even noticed. They literally never even noticed. And half of the class was like, oh my gosh, Emily, I didn't know you had a brace. Or like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you were wearing that the whole time. And to the outside world, your condition is often invisible until you point it out. So, another thing is, a lot of the times people don't understand the severity of your scoliosis until you show it. I would talk to people and I'd be like, oh yeah, I have to wear a scoliosis brace, but like maybe I didn't show it to them. And then not until I showed it to them, they would be like, oh shoot, wait, that's actually kind of bad. And that's another thing. Some people may be judging you for it, but you have to realize that not everyone has walked in your own shoes and not everyone understands what it is to be you. And after you show them your brace and explain to them, and if they still don't understand, then don't waste your time and don't waste your time with them. Just focus on yourself and focus on the love that you have from our scoliosis community because it is genuinely so supporting and there's so many people online that are experiencing the same thing. So don't worry about the haters. Don't spend your energy on the haters because that's only going to bring negativity into your life. And I've had to learn that the hard way. Okay, this leads to tip number 4. Genuinely, it isn't that deep. When you need to push yourself, don't overthink it. Don't give yourself enough time to worry and back out. Just act. That moment of awkwardness is really just gonna be 1 second. Rather, instead you would have been worrying about, oh my gosh, what if, and then you would have never done it. So for example, if it's wearing your brace, like okay, if it's wearing your brace in public over, that moment of awkwardness is only going to be one portion of your lifetime. But genuinely, it is not that deep. People may look at it and be like, oh, okay, that's kind of interesting. But honestly, you just have to realize that this is a part of who you are. It is a medical device. And this ties back into the first thing where that it's just like you're wearing a cast on your arm or you're like, people are not embarrassed to wear that. So then how come we need to be embarrassed about wearing our scoliosis braces? Because it's literally the exact same thing. Okay, and the last key tip is to pretend you are a different person. Now, I know you might be wondering, okay, this is kind of random, like how does this tie in? But if you ever feel embarrassed about your scoliosis brace or if someone's ever judging you, pretend you're a different person. Because when you think about it, if this were happening to some other character or to some other person in like a faraway galaxy, you would literally not think about it. You would not give it any thought. So pretend you are that person on that different galaxy. I know this might be like kind of hard to understand, but if you create an alter ego, such as like a character or a confident person who simply does not care what anyone thinks, if you make yourselves them, then you will become that person yourself. It takes a lot of fake it till you make it if you kind of mindset where you have to pretend that you're confident and eventually you will become that person and you will be confident enough. So when you walk into a situation where you may feel embarrassed or someone is pointing out your brace, just mentally step into that character's shoes and think, what would they do? They wouldn't like get embarrassed. They would be like, oh, well, this is my scoliosis brace. I have to wear it. I can't really do anything about it. And if you want to make fun of it, then go ahead. But I'm not wasting my energy or my time on you because I know in my inner deep peace and self I know that I'm worthy, and I know that I have the whole scoliosis community who loves me. Always keep that in your heart and in your mind, because if you know where you come from and where you originate from, you'll be so much more confident. So just a quick tip, even with a brace or a curve, stand as tall as you comfortably can. Shoulders back, heads up, because confidence is physically expressed, and improving your posture sends a powerful signal to your brain. Because confidence is physically expressed. It is not only a physical adjustment, but it is a mental adjustment. When you stand like a confident person with your head back, you will be a confident person. Trust me. So that is it for my key tips, but I do want to point something out, and I do want to talk about something which is bullying. So please know, if you are struggling with someone being unkind to you, just remember that I and our whole scoliosis community are rooting for you and love you. Their judgment comes from their own insecurities, so don't let them think about don't let yourself think about what they say to you, and do not take it to heart. It is not worth your time. That is it for the video, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe down below for more videos on scoliosis and empowerment, because I am planning on posting every Friday. I was going to post earlier today, but I didn't because I was busy with track. Did I talk about that? Wait, I did talk about that. Okay, but yeah, I was busy with track, which I'm so happy that I'm doing. But in one day, if you put in the effort now, guys, trust me, you will be able to do it. Like this video, comment down below, and thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys next time. And remember, embrace the brace.